Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. How are you this morning? I hope we do not have the problems we had yesterday at the last show. But if we do, remember that you can always go to my YouTube channel and watch the video complete without all of the drops in the show, I guess. You can watch the whole thing complete on my YouTube channel, which you can find on YouTube under Miss Rita to the Rescue or Cricut Chat. And let's see, we have a really exciting week. We're finishing up our 3D adventure. We still have quite a few things to do. I have been working diligently on my fox. He was actually easier than the owl. The only thing I'm having trouble with is the legs. See the little legs? Got to put these legs in here. So I'm having a little trouble with that. But the fox was actually much easier. I think I might do him in a different color. I think that would be kind of fun. And also, I forgot that we were going to do the whale's tail. And I just got in some metallic pearlized, I guess, metallic or pearlized or both, gold paper so we can gild our lilies. I want to show you that. I got this pack of paper from Amazon, actually. It was, I think, $10, but there's 100 sheets in there, so what's that, 10 cents a piece? And there's gold and like a silver, blue, a white, and sort of a rose gold, I guess. So we're going to do our gilded lily, and maybe I'll look for something else that we can do with that since there's so many sheets there. We've got, today we're doing the 3D diamond, and later on this week, possibly Saturday, we're going to be doing a sand castle from Dreaming Tree, and that is a paid file. So I will post the link probably after the show today so you can go ahead and purchase it. Some of you may have already purchased it. And so I just, I think I told you a while back that that's what we were going to do, and you went ahead and purchased it, which is fine, and that's why we're going to do that. I do have some other files that I want to get done. There's a beautiful monarch butterfly, oversized monarch butterfly, that SVG Cuts does, and it's like oversized, but it's kind of flat. It's not a 3D, so I don't know if it technically qualifies as part of our 3D thing. But I wanted to mention, because Dawn sent me some links for PDFs. She was asking about that yesterday, and she found a site that had a bunch of really cool cards, and I guess they're free. So I wanted to mention that I have been planning for a week or so to have a freebie week. This would be files that I've found, or places on the internet that I've found where you can get free files, free SVG files, and cut them on your Cricut. So even if you weren't a Cricut Access customer, which I think you should be, but even if you weren't, definitely come to that week, because you'll be able to do all of the projects that we outline. And we've got a couple of really nice designers that I've found along the way, including Bird's Cards, the one that Dawn told me about, and then what else? Burton Avenue. There's even free files on Lori Whitlock's site, not too many. SVG Cuts, and of course, Streaming Tree has just oodles of free projects. So we're going to do like a smattering of all of those as we go through our freebie week. So that's coming up in August, and we will try to make it like kind of fall focused fall or back to school focused when we do the freebies, okay? There's also Simply Crafty SVG. So we're going to have fun with our freebies at the end. I think let's do it next week. I know I was going to do infusible ink, but I figure freebies appeals to everyone, and so that's what we'll do. Okay, so today we are going to be doing a 3D diamond, which is in Design Space, so it's free to everyone that is at least a Cricut Access customer. And you'll notice I know that because there is a little, where is it? Down here, it says subscribed. So I found this by going to the project section, and I'll just show you. This is the project section. If you're on your canvas, you're going to choose projects. Okay. Now remember, if you have a Joy, you need to, and you want to see all of these projects, you need to change your machine type, at least to see the projects. Okay. So you're going to come up here on the right hand side and change from Joy to either the Maker or the Explorer. In most cases, there's no difference, although Shirley did run into a case where it didn't show up. I think it was the Lotus or something, did not show up unless she chose the Maker 3. But they should show up at any, for anything. There's just a difference between the Joy and the other machines, okay? This project, I would maybe not recommend for the Joy because there is a lot of scoring, yes, but it's kind of big and you cannot change the size. So doing it on the Joy would be almost impossible for two of the pieces that you have to do. So this is the one that we're going to do, and you'll notice here it gives you some tips. I decided that I was going to cut it out in paper and then decided that I was going to cut it out in glitter using a brand new glue gun that I got, which it's turning out okay so far. So this is the one I did in paper, and this is my first one, and so I wasn't really that happy with it. The reason why I wasn't happy with it was that they said that I should have this be the last piece, and I don't like that idea at all because this is the table part of the diamond, and that's the part most people are going to look at. So why make that be the last piece at all? So I instead worked with glitter, the glitter card stock, and I made this silver one, and you see how pretty the table came out. It's not all sticking up, and then here it is all round and what? Okay, here we go. And here it is all around. It still has a little bit of glue on it, of course. And then this, I ended up making the tip the end piece. I'm going to show you how to put this together. But I wanted to mention that if you wanted to do it in glitter, which I did do, another one is that you're going to want to put your cardstock facing down on your so this is glitter cardstock, and you see it's blue. I thought blue would look real nice. You're going to want to face it down for a couple of reasons. First reason is you need to use the pen, you see, and this is how we're going to connect it, okay? So there's that. Then also with glitter, scoring on the wrong side is always best because it won't crack the glitter depending on the glitter. So I just want to mention that I taped my glitter onto because it's a little bit hard to cut glitter on the with the wrong side up or the right side down. It just doesn't stick. Okay, so those are a few hints. Now when you go to make it, first of all, you cannot customize it like we did for the flowers, like the chrysanthemums and the sunflower. You cannot customize this. So what you have is what you got, basically. Now this really kind of makes me laugh because the description says you're only going to use 3 pieces of cardstock, but yet when it goes and it lays it out, it's 5. So that was a hint to me that I needed to sort of, you know, put things onto other places. So here on the 4th page here, excuse me, there are 3 pieces. On the 3rd page, there are 2. So I'm going to click on what's called the table of the diamond, click on the triple dots and move the object. And I'm going to move it over here. Now I will have to reposition things, and that's okay, but I am going to be able to get also this piece. I'm going to move this object to here. See that? Now I will have to move some things around, but that's okay. I can just use this circly thing here. I don't know what you call it, but it's a circly thing. And I'm going to move some of these things around so that I have more space. And you see, this is kind of touching. I don't like that. So I might have to turn it around and just kind of work around it so that nothing is touching. You just don't want touching, okay? If you do that, if it does touch, you'll basically be cutting in 2 places on that sheet, which we don't want. All right. So there you go. I was able to consolidate that one. Now on number 5, I'm going to move this to a different mat. I think I'll move it to mat number 2. And this is easier because they're all the same pieces. Now this is actually, it might be a big file in terms of, you know, like the size, but it's super simple because it consists of 2 unique pieces. This one here, which ends up being the girdle of the diamond. You see, I know all the differences of the things about diamonds, right? So this is the girdle, and then this piece, as I mentioned, is the table. But the rest of the pieces are the facets that are on the bottom, and they're all exactly the same. So this is an easy one to put together once you have it sort of conceptualized in your mind. So I'm not going to cut this out for you, but I just want to point out that you are going to need a scoring wheel or a stylus for this and a pen. So when you go ahead to cut this, let's hit continue. We would choose whatever the base material is. So this is medium cardstock, let's say. And if you have a maker, you're going to be given the choice of single scoring wheel, or if you want to edit it, you can do edit and choose the scoring stylus. Either way. Now, if you change it over to scoring stylus, or if you have an Explore, which can't take a scoring wheel, you would first be doing scoring, and then you would put in your pen to do the writing, okay? But if you were going to use the scoring wheel, what you would do is you would put in the wheel and the pen at the same time and run it through the machine. It will go straight from scoring to writing, and then it will stop and have you put in the fine point blade, okay? So just so that you guys know, this is, you know, just how the machines work. So let's go ahead and put these together. If I have time, I could even show you both of them. So let's move you down here. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, there are really just 3 unique sizes to this file. This one, which is called the girdle, you see, and it's going to be like this attached, and it makes that circular piece. This is a round cut diamond, the most popular of diamonds, the most recognizable about the diamond. So there's that, and then this is what's called the table. You notice here that there is a square here. That square indicates that's where I'm supposed to end. I ignored that when I did this the second time because I felt like it was bad advice. Okay, you guys. So this is actually how this is going to go together, and then we'll create the facets of the... Okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going... Okay, you guys. I don't know. It is trash day, but Lola's been really barky. Lola, come over here, baby. Come here, honey. Lola. Come here. Good girl. Come and sit under my desk. Okay, so we're going to the first things first, we're going to fold everything at all the score lines. And we have this is called a girdle. Please, Lola, do not do that, okay? It's called the girdle, and we're going to fold all of these tabs. And you'll notice the inside has these every other tab here. That's where that table piece is going to go. And then around the edge, there are multi places that are just kind of a small tab, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is take the table, which we folded here and here, and we're just going to match it up on the inside here, just like this. And we are going to glue all these tabs in. You see, like this, every other goes like this, this, and this. So let's go ahead and start doing that. And this, to me, is a better way to do it than following the directions that they gave. I don't know, maybe I misunderstood it, but to me, this is a better way to do it. And just make sure you have all your tabs sort of in. You see that? And so it's going to make it easier to glue. So here I am just going to glue these tabs in. Now I am using liquid glue for this one because it's paper and it works well with paper. But if I were to make if we have time and I were to start on the glitter one, I would use hot glue because as we found out, working with glue, liquid glue, and glitter paper is a challenge. And it's just better to, just kind of deal with this differently when you're doing the glitter style. I don't know what's wrong with Lola today, but she's pretty barky. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to keep going around. It is slightly curved, and that's okay. So don't try to do it all laying flat because that just won't work. And here we go. Once we have this on, the rest of the pieces are exactly the same, so they're all going to go on exactly the same, and then they sort of just connect at the point of the diamond, which is really awesome. Are you all done barking, Lola? She's back. Oof. She has a lot to say, Lola. She's pretty sassy. Okay. So here we go. There's that square piece sort of in here seamlessly, and now you have your girdle and your table. Pardon me. Okay, as I mentioned, the rest of the pieces are all the same, and here they are. You're going to fold them all the exact same way. There's 8 of them, you see, like that, and they're all going to come together as a point on the diamond. The best way I knew how to do this was to start at one end and look for your number wherever it might be. Okay, Lola, enough, please. Okay, here it is. So this one here says 41 and this one says 12. So we're going to put it where it says 41 and 12, and you're going to put it in sort of, I don't know, I'd call this sideways, sort of. What I would do is do this one here, because it is going to sort of bend a little bit, you see? So there, it's there. And then the 41 is matching up with this smaller tab. Okay. That's the first one in. Now you could do this a couple of different ways. You could glue each piece individually, or you could sort of do it as a job or something, you know, like, and do it at the end. I kind of like the idea of doing it, gluing each piece to each other so that when you get to the end, it will be all done. I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but I'll show you. So here is number 21 here. This is getting connected here. Okay, so now that I'm connecting it, can you see how it's going to go in like this? So once you get the second piece on, you can connect the first to the second like that. And there is the point of the diamond. So let's go ahead and glue these two side tabs together, just like that. I just don't know these guys. I don't know what to do. I mean, they bark, but I know it's sort of uncomfortable for you guys to have to hear it. Lola, Lola, Lola. Stop, stop. Okay. All right, so there it is. There's two pieces connected already. We have 8 to do, so we'll just keep working along. I'm putting glue on this tab. It can be a little wonky working with it. So just kind of like you can't really work flat on this is what I'm saying, because it is a 3D piece. Even though these are pretty straight angles, this is what you do. Okay, so I don't know what you'd use these things for. I was like, oh, this is fascinating. Get it? Fascinating. But I don't know what you'd actually use them for. But then I started thinking, well, maybe you'd use them for, say, wedding, like or engagement party, or maybe as just sort of a curiosity piece for your, for one of your tabletops. Really cute in glitter. Then I thought, if you cut it out in paper, you could spray it with adhesive. Do that in a well-ventilated area, probably outside. But you could spray it with adhesive and then cover it with glitter, which I think would be fun, or some kind of a pearlescence if you wanted to. That would be kind of fun. Or maybe you'd want to stamp all the sides and do some embossing of the sides. I don't know. So there's so many things that you could do with this, but I just want to make sure you understand the mechanics of how this goes. And that's sort of what we're trying to do here, is to take the mystery out of these projects so that you can do them yourself and you can feel good about it by yourself. That's sort of my goal in life, is just to take the mystery out of this project, or this working with a Cricut, excuse me. So as you can see, it's starting to close up. There's my 3 already. And I'm going to look for the next one, which I believe is this. Yes. So here is, see, it says 2 and 2. To be honest, because I'm doing this live and everything, I'm matching them up, but all of these pieces are the same, so it really doesn't matter that you find all the same pieces once you get to this part of the project. Does that make sense? Lola, honey, you need to stop. Lola is very nervous kind of a dog, and she gets like mumbly or something. I don't know. I put her on some like quieting hemp oil, and it seems to help, but sometimes not enough. And especially during the day. Although last night she started barking and I was like, what the heck? I don't know why she was barking in the middle of the night kind of thing. And I was like, that's weird. Because my guys are usually sound asleep and would never bark unless it was like an intruder. So she just started barking, probably somebody walking their dog or something, and she heard it and she just needed to tell me about it. But there we go. Walking 3 dogs at one time is a bit of a challenge, but I think I'm getting good at it. Except their leashes always sort of cross, or they go ahead and do it themselves. I don't know, but I was thinking about getting a split leash, or connector type of thing, so that way they wouldn't like cross over. I've had one before when I had my other 2 corgis, and it worked out really great. But they loved each other, and these guys don't exactly love each other yet, so I might have to wait for that. I'm also going to be taking Benji over to see my mother this week, maybe later on in the week. I'm going to go visit her tomorrow as well. I have a doctor's appointment and it's kind of near her, so I'm going to go check on her and see how she's liking it. All reports are that she loves it, and she was just having sort of like a anticipatory anxiety about it. She said there's so much food, and I think this is a good thing because my mom, and I don't know if older people just kind of fall into this, but my mom was eating like just snacks all the time, and I said to her, you know, this is not good. You need to eat actual meals that have like all little bits and pieces, you know, like the starch, as they call them. I still call it a starch, but they don't call it that anymore. But at her place, her new place, they do call it starch and a vegetable, and then the main course, and the portions are very nice. You know, they're not like over. I think that America's gotten kind of away from that, and this is good for people to have 3 main meals a day. She's never going to go hungry that way. And then there are snacks that she can have, like fresh fruit and stuff like that throughout the day. And of course, she has her own little microwave if she wanted to make something. And they have, like at the movie theater, they have a popcorn machine. And there's a soft serve ice cream. She loves soft serve ice cream. So I'm sure she'll be visiting that. But I just like the idea that she is going to be eating better. I mean, she would have Meals on Wheels delivered, but she wouldn't eat it. But this way here, you know, she's with other people, and there will be more of a natural thing going on there. Do you know what I mean? Hey, we're almost done putting all of these things here. Yeah, better nutrition. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, Annette. She's very happy. She is very happy where she's at. And I think she was just kind of just anxious. And her short-term memory is very bad. So, with me, when she was with me, she would sort of tell me the same story over and over again, or ask me the same questions over and over again. And you just have to be patient with that. But then I think they know how to work with people like that or having those issues. The other thing is that because she was up in New Hampshire, there were a lot of her Medicare, or the health insurance that she had, and they had a lot of restrictions up there. I don't know, I guess because it's New Hampshire, but yeah, they had these restrictions about how often she could see the doctor, which is weird. So coming back down to Massachusetts is a pretty liberal state, and I always say, if you have somebody that's disabled, like I do, with my son, if you have somebody that's disabled or you have children or elderly, it's best to be in a very liberal state because there are so many opportunities to take care of them there. Like my son, he gets free health care, and it doesn't cost him anything. Does it cost me more in taxes? Yes, but it's well worth it. Hey. I think a lot of people move to New Hampshire and say, "Oh, I'm going to save money on taxes," right? But then they get there and they're like, "But we need this and we need that." And Massachusetts is like, well, that's why we have that, and that's why we have. So people are afraid to pay the taxes, but the taxes are there to help us, and not just to pay the government. The government's there to help us function. That's the way I see it. But yeah, I know there's a lot of people who don't see it that way. But so here we go. Look at this. We're almost done. And there's our last piece that needs to go on. Oh, there's my friend Santo. And that's why the dogs are barking. Did you take the dogs out? Okay. So let's put this last piece on. Will you take the dogs out? I already took them out though. I know. You need a stamp? Okay. When I'm done, you can have a stamp. Okay. So the last piece goes on here. We're very informal here. We're very informal. Don says hello, Santo. He doesn't like to talk when I'm recording. So, and so does Tanya and Susan, and probably more people. He's going to take the dogs for a nice little walk. Okay, he says hello. He only takes Benji and Teddy Bear because he loves them so much. He's not a big fan of Lola yet, but I think, I think that he'll come along because she's real pretty and she is sweet. She's just kind of barky, So at any rate, I think she's going to get really good service, Mom. The food, yes, but also the camaraderie, because she said they had these ambassadors, and I just felt, I was trying to put my finger on what it's like, and last night I thought of it. It's like she's on a cruise. And because they have the I know Lola, she's misunderstood. So but it's like she's on a cruise. There's the set meals, right? And all the activities. And then you go back to your room at night and you barely even spend any time there. So if you do it right, a cruise, you won't be spending any time really in your room. And so it doesn't kind of matter if it's small. And the same way, I've only been on one cruise, but I remember going there and going, how are we supposed to sleep? These two tiny beds. And I was thinking, wow, this was kind of a mistake. But then I realized that they want you to just get out and about. And it's the same thing with this place. Now, see what I'm doing? I'm doing the last bit here. And here's the point. That's all together. But I have to make sure I do the last bit. So what I have learned is I can either use sort of like this little hand tool and go in there and make sure that the second to last piece works, or sticks, or I could also get my glue gun, which I will do for this absolutely the last piece, because this will stick. Okay, so see how I'm doing that here? Yeah, the buddy system's great. She was complaining, to my sister, some lady talked my ear off, and I was thinking, that's perfect. That's perfect for her that she has somebody, because she literally was up in New Hampshire, and her girlfriend, whom she, relied on a lot, had gone to visit her daughter in Connecticut for 2 months. So my mother was alone. I mean, not that she lived with that person, but, her friend was in Connecticut, and they talked by phone, but not all the time. And so it was really hard because she was up there alone, the only person that she talked to on a regular basis. And yeah, like they come and bring the food and stuff, but it was not really, they wouldn't like stay and talk to you. So this is what I'm doing with this, is trying not to burn my fingers, but also trying to get these last 2 pieces. And you might have a little bit of a mess on this part, so just be cognizant of that, and you just have to keep, you have to just keep working around it, and I keep moving it. So, but there it is, pretty much done. Let me just make sure that this attaches like this. All right, this is the one part that I'm going to have to figure out. So this is it. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? That's the biggest diamond you've ever seen, right? I wish it was real. I really wish it was. I lost my diamond years ago, my wedding diamond, years ago. And, it's not the kind of thing you go out and buy for yourself. So no diamond for me. So if you have an issue where like one of these pieces sort of bumps in, what I've been doing is I've just been using my little hook, my weeding tool there, and sort of popping them out like that. It's not like a ball that you're going to be playing with. And if that's the worst side, then just put it like this, right? Pretty cool. And then let me just show you one part of it. Don't want to keep you. Oh, Lola. Lola, Lola, Lola. So here is the glitter one. You see it's all folded, or I'm sorry, scored on this side. And see here, this is the start arrow, but I would not choose that to start. I would instead find the girdle, which is rounded. And here it is. So there's the girdle, and then find the table, which is that square piece. So here's the table, just like that. There's a little bit of tape on it. That's okay. It's on the wrong side anyway, but we'll just take it off. All right. So find those 2 pieces to start. Really pretty blue. And we're just going to glue the girdle together after we fold it all, right? So here's the girdle, fold it all around, the inside, the outside, and to get those facets, just follow the guidelines that are listed there. And I did score this with the double scoring wheel. So, because it's glitter, even though it's on the other side, that will keep it from cracking on the good side, on the show side. so to speak. So here we go. And I also, I got to hook up with the woman who did the events or the activities. They've got a Cricut, but she just got into her job, so she didn't know how to use it. And I told her I would be happy to show her how, give her some tips. So there is where we're going to connect it, right? Just like this, you see? So let's get that glue gun again and put some glue on there. And the glue gun works so much better on the glitter. Just works so much better. You see that? What you want to do is avoid too much glue, just as usual, like this here, like I did there. That was a little too much glue. And then I'm going to turn it this way. Let me move this. Turn it this way, fold all of these. Here we go. Let me just match up the numbers. So we're going to make sure that those tabs are in. There we are. And then I'm just going to take my glue gun and just go around and glue all of these sides. But again, try not to use too much. First of all, you don't want to burn yourself. But second of all, like, it will leave sort of a raised edge if you have too much glue there. So keep that in mind. So I'll just finish up here and say goodbye. Let's see. We have a really fun week planned. Sorry about what happened yesterday, but again, you can view that on YouTube without interruption. As my friend Bren said, it was so good to watch it without interruption. I know I was having a problem with my Comcast, but I think it's resolved now. And let's see, we still have the whale's tail, and what else do we have? The fox, and that sandcastle. So we are going to be busy little beavers this week, and then next week let's do our freebie. And we'll have a lot of fun with that, and we'll be able to check out some websites, maybe some sites you've never heard of, that offer all free or some free, just to get you interested in their site. And we did this before. I just want people to know about all the different designers that are out there, and this will make it easy for you to sort of cut something outside it. You'd bring it into Design Space, okay? And that is sort of it, my friends. Please, please, please make sure that you are following me. That's really important. And we're actually almost up to a big milestone. I'm like 100 people away from having 15,000 people, and I know that's not a lot. I mean, there are other people out there with hundreds of thousands, and some people that my son follow that are millions of people. So you know, but I'm going to celebrate me and celebrate that that accomplishment there, and I need your help to do that. So please make sure you tell your friends or you share a video so that people will know. I kind of messed up here. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Diamonds are yeah, wouldn't this be nice? Look at that. I wouldn't be able to lift my hand if this diamond was so big. But I think it would be really cute as like an engagement. Maybe you could even decorate this part with some vinyl with their name, like Susan and Joe. I don't know. Or something like that. Or just to have a really cute little centerpiece there would be fun. And let me just show you the end result here with the silver. Very pretty. Very pretty, that one, I thought. Now, I got a little popped out kind of side there, but that's okay. I'm just going to pop it out with my tool. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. And now my tool's stuck. Okay. And there it is. There it is. There it is. So that's what it looks like on the bottom. Here's what it looks like on the top. You'll do a better job than me because I didn't use the glue right here, but it was my first time using this glue gun, which, by the way, I will recommend. I think it's a really nice glue gun. It doesn't drip all that much, and it stands on its own. I can put a link in the description of the video. I did get it at Amazon. I was so tired of using that tiny one. So there you go. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for coming today. You have a great day. Take care.